Hickok 45 here. Welcome to the Hickok 45 Talks channel. I'm here to talk at you again in my woods. Got my big friend, this large hickory tree, shaggy bark hickory tree behind me. Hope he doesn't fall on me if we get a little lightning going on. But anyway, yeah, do I carry a round chambered when I carry a firearm? Wow, this is a big issue. It comes up a lot. I've talked about it here and there from time to time. I avoid giving strong advice on it quite often, one way or the other, because it's a decision that really everybody needs to decide for himself or herself. You really do. There are situations where I might not carry with a round in the chamber, but it's very, very rare. So I generally carry with a round in the chamber because my firearm, and we're talking about a pistol, right, a semi-auto, is going to be in a holster that covers the trigger guard. And the trigger, the trigger, more importantly, right? You cover part of the trigger guard, not cover the trigger well enough, right? So that's extremely important, whether it's a revolver, I think, or a semi-auto. And I know there's some revolvers with a long, hard pull, and you know, there's some people that will just throw a J-frame maybe in their pocket or something. And, you know, travel at your own risk. And that's the bottom line on all of this. You do what is comfortable for you in terms of what you feel competent with and confident with, okay? Based on your training, and it doesn't mean you have to have gone through training classes with a well-known trainer. I'm not saying that necessarily. I'm saying your own experience, training yourself, reading, studying, experiencing, shooting, and how confident you are in your own, your own abilities, and you know your limitations, and you know how you react in an emergency, your coordination, just everything, okay? But you want to have that trigger guard covered. The reason you're just getting into carrying a firearm, maybe you don't want to carry it around the chamber yet till you feel competent. You're confident with it, and you are competent. You know, some people feel confident about themselves, but they're not competent. You know, they have no ability. There's several, was it Benjamin Franklin, whatever, the least intelligent people often are the most confident, you know, about their opinions. You know, the dumbest people, the most ignorant people, often are the ones who think they know the most. You know, you got that going on. So I don't know how competent you are with a firearm in terms of moving and coordination and all that, how you'll react. So I can't really advise you on that. You just need to practice and train and feel very competent yourself with that. So why is it that if you're new to firearms, you see articles or videos or people talking about why is it so important to have a round in the chamber? I can rack around him really quick. I'm really good at that, you know, and we all can rack around him pretty quickly. So, you know, it's not like you're unarmed. It's just that there are situations where if you're going to carry a firearm, once you get to that level, okay, you're going to carry it. You've made that decision, that commitment. You've gone through, you got your carry permit, or whether you need one or not. I mean, you're carrying a firearm, which is serious responsibility. Okay. Well, once you're to that point and you've thought through it, you've probably thought about reasons you would want a firearm on your person, right? And, you know, things happen fast. You know, most of us are never going to need our firearm. But if something does happen, it normally, look at the statistics, it happens very, very quickly, 3 seconds, you know, and all that, just 2 or 3 shots, and yeah, very close. So the reason people and experts will advise to have a round chamber if you're carrying a semi-auto is, well, think about it. What might happen? It would not be an issue with a revolver. You are going to need both hands generally, right? I mean, you can rack around in on your belt and some things like that. Yeah, boy, in a hurry though, if you needed it that quickly, you might not be able to do that quickly unless you're extremely proficient. Things just work out right? So if the round's in the chamber, you think, well, all you gotta do is pull it out, bang, just like a revolver. You know, pull, bang, you're ready. Okay, that's a huge advantage if a person feels like they can manage that safely. Okay. And again, there's things to think about. For example, you could have something in one hand, not have both hands available. Someone could grab your arm and you can't, all you've got's one hand available. You'll get all those issues you can imagine that might prevent you from just pulling your gun like on the range and racking around in and bang. And you've done that many, many times. You can do it very quickly and all that, and that's all well and good. But something presents itself very quickly, so quickly you might not even get your gun out in time. You saw that going on. So that's a big factor right there. The other thing is you might just fumble it. Under stress, I might. I gotta get around there, and you get it wrong, and someone's about to hit you with a hatchet or whatever's going on that you need your gun so quickly, and you don't get your hand on it right, or it hangs up. I don't know. You could have an issue like that, of course. So anyway, that's the reason. It is so much better to make it revolver-like. That's basically what you're doing. You're making it into a revolver so that you pull it and bang, bang, pull the trigger. Okay. But now, as I advise, when I do give advice on that in comments or anywhere online, I just travel at your own risk, like shooting steel or whatever. There's always risk involved. I don't know you, you don't know me, your skills and how much you've shot and how familiar you are with firearms and all those sorts of things, whether you've had training and all that. If you're asking the question, you're probably a new shooter, a new gun carrier, I would assume in most cases, or you're just curious, what do I do? Who cares what I do? But anyway, that's kind of my take on that. You want to think about it. Make sure you're well trained. If you're new to carrying a handgun and it is a semi-automatic, I would advise you not to rush into that, keeping a round chambered until you're fairly proficient with managing that firearm. That would be my advice. The odds of our really needing the firearm to save our lives, of course, is probably less than winning the lottery. Thankfully, depending on where you live. And in a lot of cases, if you did need to grab your firearm, you would have some time maybe. Just it could happen that you don't, or you don't have that other arm free or hand or whatever. That could happen. So think about it, and having a firearm is the main thing. Whether or not a round is chambered, that's kind of gravy. That's that next level that would make you even better prepared, right? So I'm not going to give you a hard, fast rule on that. You just study it, think about it, and don't do anything unsafe that you're not ready for. It's kind of my advice on that, right? And always remember, whenever you get advice from me, it's probably worth exactly what you pay for it. You notice that? You notice these trees? They're just quiet. They don't really listen to me or pay much attention to me. Thought I could reach that bark. Maybe you shouldn't pay a lot of attention to me either. I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Life is good.